Hi, everyone. Welcome to Explore the Path to Coaching Success. If you have just to housekeeping and to know where you are at with Coactive, I'll be speaking to the progressive pathway, and we have a real treat today. Conrad and Gina will be doing a demo session. So I'm excited as people are busy jumping on. I'm going to introduce myself, and then Conrad and Gina will be introducing themselves. My name is Sharon Jacobson, and I am a CPCC and a member of the sales team here at Coactive. I can't believe I've been here 5 years. Time has just flown. And I'm really excited to also introduce Kat Ramp, who is my partner from behind. She will be sharing and working in the Q&A and the chat today, and selecting someone to be working with Conrad in a coaching session. So without further ado, welcome to Explore the Path to Coaching Success. And I'm going to pass it to Conrad.
Yes, welcome. Thank you for holding the space with us. I'm Conrad Hayter. I'm based in North Carolina on the East Coast, about midway in the US. And let's see, what else? I've been coactive my whole life, actually, and then discovered it in 2016. And I love the ability and capacity to work with all kinds of people and teams, and find myself now working is with people and integrating coactive into nature, which is really fun and exciting for me. I hold credentials with ICF as well as faculty member here at CTI, and delighted that you've shown up. Showing up is the first step. I'm showing up here with Gina. I want to pass it to her and take it from there.
Thank you, Conrad. I'm Gina Restani. I go by she, her. I'm based in San Francisco, California. Let's see, I've been coaching for about a decade now. I've been on faculty here at CTI for about 5 years. My clients tend to be executive leaders, founders, coaches. Um, and I discovered Coactive at the tail end of a very burnt out tech career. And I didn't really know what was next for me professionally. I had a small inkling that coaching might have something to do with it. And I'm so glad I followed that little urge. So if you're here with an inkling of curiosity about coaching, what it is, if it's for me, if coactive is my jam, you're in the right place. And the thing I'll just add to what you said, Conrad, is the practicality of this model. So after all these years and, lots of continued education credits later, Coactive is still the foundation of everything that I do. It works with executives, it works inside organizations, it works outside of organizations, it works with teams, it works cross-culturally. So our faculty is all around the world. We're a global faculty, and our students are all around the world. And so I think one of the really cool aspects of the coactive model, and also what happens in our classrooms, is you're meeting people from all around the world, learning how to be curious and ask powerful questions.
That's great. Thanks, Gina. And I didn't mention I'm from Westport, Connecticut in the States. So we've still got some snow on the ground, but I'm happy to say it's bright sunshine today. I'd love to find out where you're all calling in from. So if you can share in the chat where that is, I'm sure Conrad and Gina would like to see too.
Yes, something to
Yes.
know. Yeah, we're going to do our best to kind of, we're going to talk about what coactive is and give you the informational bits in this webinar. We're also going to do our best to kind of simulate what it's like in our classrooms. We're very experiential, we're very conversational, and so we're often engaging with folks in this way. So
Yes, and we're covering all the geography here from San Francisco to Florida. We got some Florida folks, Atlanta. Welcome in from all over
And it looks
Seattle.
like John Mendez is in Connecticut and lives about 30 minutes from me. So that's pretty exciting. Hi,
Nice.
John. Welcome. Thanks for joining. It's nice to have a neighbor. I don't usually have a lot of folks in Connecticut. Yeah, so we've got a lot of people joining today. Welcome. What I'd like to do before we get started is just a little housekeeping. We will be recording this webinar today. And that is a lot of people are very interested in listening back to the demo session. So we'll have that available following the webinar. Kat is, as I mentioned, my great lead from behind. And what Kat will be doing is she'll primarily be working in the chat, but she'll also be answering questions in the Q&A throughout the webinar today in the moment. So if there are any questions that you want either Gina, Conrad, or I to discuss, we'll also leave the last 10-15 minutes to be able to answer those questions live. I said we are recording. Also, Kat usually puts on why can't I think of the word I want? Closed captioning. There it is. And if you don't want to keep that on, she will also give you directions on how to turn that off so we make sure we're being inclusive of all of our participants today. So I'm going to get us started. So the Collective Training Institute, many of you out there have heard us referred to as the gold standard of coaching and training in the world. And actually, a few people this week told me that came up on AI for them. So we are out there and noted as the gold standard of coaching. We've trained over 150,000 practitioners. We also have more than 175 coaches that teach our courses around the world. And since we are a global organization, you're going to find students in your courses from everywhere, which is really exciting. At this time, what I'd like to do is, this is really the most exciting piece, I think, of the webinar, is actually seeing Conrad and Gina work their magic with somebody from the audience, somebody who's attending today. So I'm going to leave this slide up for them to begin. And when they are ready for me to take the slides down and we have a client who's interested in being coached today, we'll move forward. How does that sound?
Awesome. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Sharon.
And she mentioned the magic of us, and magic starts with a container. It starts with intention. It starts with designing our alliance together. And that's a real important part of coaching and meaningful relationships, is being intentional about how we're going to be working together. So we want to do that with you in this particular webinar.
And one of the ways we do that is by talking about what it is we're here to do and how we're going to do it and what you can expect. So we're going to talk a little bit about this, and then we swear we're going to jump into the demo in a few minutes. But first, we start in relationship, as Conrad said. So what is coaching? Oh, goodness. What the slide tells us is that coaching is a creative partnership that inspires people to reach their full potential. I like to zoom in on this word partnership. Coaching at its best is a partnership. And in that partnership, the client is driving, and the coach at best is a co-pilot who is not backseat driving. Anything you'd like to
Right.
add, Conrad?
Right there beside. It's a beside, not behind. And what I would like to add is there's the word partnership shows up in our world in many different ways. In our context, partnership is power with. We're creating with the client. Client has the agenda, coach is supporting that, and it's a partnership that has power with. which is unique to coaching, coactive coaching.
Yeah, I'm glad you brought that in. It is specifically not power over. There's no hierarchy here. It's really shoulder to shoulder.
So
Co-leading. Oh yeah, go ahead.
So Gina and I are co-leading, and one of those things that happened is just that. What happened is we may talk over each other or step on. This is, as Gina mentioned earlier, this is how our courses are. You'll have two leaders. Uh, they will be co-leading beside, and what that means is it's not scriptive or prescriptive. It is a dance of improvisation for the sake of creating more, well, it's just creating more learning in the space.
Yeah, and the cool thing about that, as participants and students, is over the course of the classes that you attend, in every course you're seeing two different leaders, or mostly you may see some repeat leaders, but for the most part, it's a pretty diverse experience. So you get to see, it's one coactive model, but it looks different on every human. So you really get a range of um, perspectives and points of view and style, because everybody's got their own style.
Indeed. Next in our Designed Alliance, how we work together in coaching, confidentiality is important. It's an ethical standard. In our webinar today, this session will not be held confidential because it's being recorded and will be shared on YouTube. So we wanted to name that. It's a both and. In our profession, in the coaching context, confidentiality is sacred and held. And today, in this particular one, for the sake of learning, for the sake of sharing this, it will not be held confidential.
And we want you to know that we do this all the time. And the reason is we like to teach by doing, not just talking at you. So you're not going to get lectured at a whole bunch in a coactive classroom. What we do is we'll teach something, we'll teach a lot of skills. We'll do demos all the time. We, the coaches, get coached. We're always bringing real topics. Participants and students always bringing real topics from their own lives. Nothing is prescripted, nothing's predetermined. Um, and we demonstrate what it is we're teaching so that it's really hands-on and practical. And then following those demonstrations, we do a debrief where we sort of pull out the coaching skills. I want to just say that we're not talking about or debriefing whatever's happening for the client. We're
Mm,
debriefing what the coach did. So rest
right.
easy that you're not going to be, no one's going to be needling in your coaching topic following the coaching conversation. We really keep that container pretty. Uh, um,
Sacred.
yes, thank you.
Yeah. Context. So, as Gina mentioned, today a volunteer will bring a real topic to this particular webinar and have the opportunity to explore that for about 10 minutes. And the other thing that comes up for me when I read the word context, we are experiential based, as Gina was saying. It's also contextually based. This model, the coactive model, we're speaking about the coaching pathways today. It can be used in leadership, it can be used in family systems, it can be used in teams, it can be used in nature, as I am passionate about. So this model is flexible enough to be applied throughout the world in many different cultures, situations, relationships, and sturdy enough to hold you and your client.
Well said, Conrad.
Thanks.
So we would love to invite actually, let me ask Kat or Sharon if we have a volunteer who is going to be a demo client today.
And as you think about this, if you haven't volunteered yet, this is an opportunity for to bring a topic, be coach for about 8, 10-ish minutes. Um, yeah. So if there's something, if you have an urge of something that you want to unpack, and I just saw John come on the screen. Maybe.
Maybe.
Yes, I'm trying to figure out why there's a background, but I'm here. There we go.
Hey, John.
Hi, how are you?
Good. Thanks for coming up.
Thank you for having me.
John,
For doing this.
I assume by you coming on the screen, you are excited and ready to be a client.
Yes, sir. I'm here for the full experience.
Awesome.
Nice. Cool. I'm gonna go off camera in a moment, so Conrad's gonna be your coach, John. Conrad, what would you like in terms of timing?
Let's do 10
Okay.
and just pop on camera would be awesome.
Okay,
Let's
you
see.
got it. And I'll just, for everyone who's watching, what we want to encourage you to do, so here's, John is going to be wildly fascinating because obviously John. And we actually want you to tune your attention to what Conrad Coach is doing because we're going to kind of talk about some of the approaches that Conrad was leaning into after this. So notice what you see in terms of Conrad's coaching approach. Anything else we should say to set this up?
I think we're set. We're
Okay,
ready.
enjoy.
John, a delight to be with you. I know we're meeting for the first time. Um, as we set the space for this, anything you need in order to be present and ready for this coaching. And I see you're on mute too. Yeah.
Yeah, no worries. My kitty is in the background, so if you hear little meows in the background, that's what's going on. So I'm not trying to distract the whole thing. But I think anything I need as of right now, no, I'll let you lead the way. I have a potential topic in mind if that's what you're asking, but
Yeah, we're gonna get to the topic and first naming. Kitty is welcome, won't be distracting. Kitty has full permission, and I have a dog here with me, so we'll design if a dog barks or a kitty meows, it's all good.
sounds good to me.
Um, cool. And if there's anything that comes up along the way that you want more of or less of from me, just let's name it, and we'll go for there. I'm in here in service of what you want to explore.
Sounds good.
So what's you said you may have a topic. What's the headline with that topic?
Yeah, so a little bit of context. I teach AI. I do a lot of speaking. I host webinars and do a lot of in-person events and workshops and things of that nature. I want to position myself and put together like a high ticket, like one-on-one coaching offer. Most of my stuff is like one to many, and like I've been caught in like the messy middle, right?
Mm,
Charging average prices and not cheap enough to be low ticket, but not high enough to be high ticket, drive meaningful. And so I kind of want to get out of there and either charge really cheap, like entry level classes, or like really high one-on-one coaching. And
mm,
it's been brought to my attention that I have attended classes and courses and things for public speaking skills, digital marketing skills, funnels, content creation, social media, all these different classes. But I've never once attended a class or did a course or program of any sort to refine my coaching skills. And I
huh,
have a bad habit of when people, especially when it comes to like marketing, people come to me and typically I teach real estate agents and they're like, hey, John, I don't really understand social media, blah, blah, blah. I have this. And they give me what they have. And I just start getting ideas. And then I try to
yeah,
form the ideas for them instead of like what you guys said, being a co-pilot or a backseat driver is what I end up doing sometimes, just like trying to give the ideas. And so I know that is the easy way, but easy doesn't
well,
give
so
breakthrough.
yeah, I'm just I may intrude just for the sake of there's a lot in there
Yeah.
to kind of like what's the I heard a lot of things. I hear your expansiveness. I hear you growing and wanting. What's the essence like of a
Yeah.
topic, just so we can orient like a
Yeah,
boom
coaching skills. Yeah. I
coaching
want to
skills.
refine my coaching skills and become a better coach and not give people the ideas for them. I want to help facilitate their own breakthroughs, not try to have the breakthrough for them, kind of.
Got it. So we're talking about coaching skills, and we got about, I don't know, 10 minutes or so. By the time we're complete today, you and I, what's
Mhm.
the thing you want to be aware of? Have greater awareness around coaching skills around you.
Yeah, more so, I guess you could say we're just kind of hammer that point of the habit of trying to help people because they're coming to me for like an idea and I'm giving to them instead of helping them come up with the idea on their own. That's like a
Mm,
habit that I'm trying to work on. Literally just a couple of days ago, I became kind of aware of that I do like almost subconsciously, right?
Yeah.
Again, but that wouldn't really be great coaching, right? It'd be okay coaching, but
Well, we don't want to make you wrong in who you are. I hear this wanting for
yeah,
maybe a new habit, something like that
yeah,
around these coaching
or
skills.
at least awareness as to like what kind of triggers that and like steps to kind of like, all right, when I get in that moment, when I get overly excited and I'm trying to, give him an idea, like what are some steps to, all right, pause, reflect, and like how can I ask questions so that they can come to this conclusion instead of me giving them the conclusion, I guess you could say.
Got it. So if you feel into this topic, coaching skills, what's really important about this to you?
I want to make actual impact in people's lives. And if I give people ideas all the time that they end up doing nothing with, right, they'll never ever get the change that they're looking for. Whereas if they come up with the breakthrough and like, then it's like, well, they're going to be more likely to do it. And then from there, they're more likely to get results. And then I just more
Yeah,
positive reinforcement of what I'm doing is actually working in people's lives.
John, I'm appreciating your wisdom, your wise soul,
Thank you.
and you want to create impact. Imagine just for a moment, like it's 3 months from now.
Mhm.
What impact are you creating?
3 months from now. So I
And
feel
and
like
take your
our
yeah take just to slow down, and I'm not trying to interrupt your thought process. I know there's a lot of juices flowing,
yeah,
but like really take yourself three months out.
3 months now, the impact I want to make, I really want to work. I had three accidental one-on-one clients,
Mm,
and that's what kind of prompted me. Again, it started like a couple of years ago, but this past year I had the most recent accidental one-on-one client, and it's like the impact I want to have. It's like I'm working one-on-one with someone, working closely with somebody. There's like so much you can do to impact someone's life and like impact their and help them see like the world in a whole different way. And usually people that come to me are like great at what they do, but like in this specifically like subset of business, which is like kind of marketing AI type of thing, that's what they're coming to me for. And so like helping, and I'm kind of like the bridge between like them and usually they have like a marketing assistant of some sort and like they know
mm.
business. And so like they speak business and then their marketing assistant or assistant, they speak marketing. And so there's like a language barrier, right? And like I
So
kind of came in and for those accidental one-on-one clients, three totally different people, but somehow had the same similar problem, same similar archetype and demographic. And I just kind of came in and kind of helped bridge that gap. And it's like you mentioned what kind of impact. I
yeah,
like helping
and
people give clarity. I don't know. I guess see
well,
what they can't or won't see. I guess you could say.
clarity of what they can't see or won't see. So that's one impact. I also want to name. You said you were a bridge.
Yeah,
So you're a bridge that's creating clarity for others, something like that. My words. That
yeah.
what are your words?
I mean, bridge is the one that really comes to mind. That's like the best way to describe like what was going there. And they were each of these three accidental one-on-one clients. They all had a bunch of ideas, a bunch of things in their
Mm,
notebooks or Google Drive, of things that they wanted to do and implement, but not wasn't getting done and wasn't really sure as to the best next steps. There's just a lot of noise, right? And they kind of came to me again. They all had an assistant who could have done it all for them, but for whatever reason, nothing was getting done. And I kind of just kind of, I don't know, I kind of bridged that relationship between them. It's like I was able to speak the marketing with the assistant. And then when the assistant had like things that they want to input, I was able to translate that into verbiage that, because most
yeah,
people aren't talking, funnels, CPM, CPL, all this marketing jargon, blah, blah, blah. And so like I
yeah.
was kind of able to like say, all right, here's what this person means, and here's what they mean, and kind of help facilitate that and then get projects shipped, and you see real change actual happening. So
So
I know
so
that
you're
was
doing you're doing a lot of this already. I'm you're doing this. You want to
accidentally.
create. Okay, what's intentionally? What would be
Well, I mean,
shifting from intentionally?
the intentional seeking out these people, positioning myself as someone that, does this, not randomly having people drop into my lap from,
Mm,
one of the maybe speaking events I did or something like that. I want to be more intentional with like, hey, here's the best way that I can facilitate, change in your life and your business.
got it.
And
Hmm.
for me, the one to money thing is fun, but like at heart, like I'm very selective of who I let into my life, and I feel like the coaching
Mm,
one-on-one type of style, um, it just kind of suits that, right? I get a couple few solid people that I love to just would love to do life with and just talk to, but also have great businesses that I know I can help out, and just like those accidental one-on-one clients were probably the most fun I had, some of the most fun I had with like anybody I've worked with, and it's like not even close. I don't want to be like I guess biased towards them, but like yeah, that projects that we worked on, those projects that we worked on, were definitely by far the most fun. And again, that was before I was even aware that there's skills to coaching, right? I'm pretty good at what I do, but like again, I haven't worked on these coaching skills, right? Um, and so like I know if I could do that without it, imagine if I had been equipped and had been
yeah.
aware of some of the places that I, could have done things a little differently, how much more value they could have gotten.
Yeah. You're doing it now and you want to expand your capacity.
Correct.
Yeah. What's one, we're not carving this in stone, just a rough draft.
Hmm.
What's one step towards that?
My best bet is, which comes to mind, is reaching back out to them. Quick check in. Hey, how's life? How's everything been going? I keep up with them here and there, like, just to see what they're doing on social media and stuff. But like, just keep picking up the phone and giving them a call, like, hey, how's everything been, and how's everything going, and
Mhm.
see, what they're working on, and how it could be a resource.
Yeah. So that's one possible step for you. What do you need to stop doing?
Shiny object syndrome is just a thing that gets in my way with things, right? And just stay on this path, I guess, of figuring out the coaching world, and you know, um,
Mm,
I said, like I like to deep dive into topics when I'm in, and so just again start offering promoting is my word for the year. Let people know what I got going on. Don't want to be the world's best kept secret. So hey, if you want to work on one with me, whether I'm talking to these people or talking to more people in the future, it's like, hey, this is a way that we could work together, I guess.
yeah. So you've got some information. What
Mm.
is it that you want to put in your satchel briefcase and take with you from our time together?
I mean, the one thing I noticed is you haven't told me to do anything. Whereas by now, if the roles were reversed, I would have probably gave you like three ideas of like, hey, here's what you could do. So like that's one
Mm,
thing that I noticed just from trying to be present in the conversation, but also be present as an attendee watching what you're doing. So I guess that you haven't told me what to do or what I should do or could do at all. You
mm.
kind of just been letting me talk a lot, and I could probably keep on going if you let me, but I'm trying to be mindful of the time.
You're right on point. We have the time we need. You have incredible capacity within. You have the you're ready to move to the next piece. And what's one, as we close, what's one thing that you want to make real in your life?
Mm, one thing I want to make, I guess I want one like really high ticket coaching client
Mm,
for the year or for 6 months. I'm not sure what the duration is, but like one long term like person, whether that's a couple other people or one of the accidental ones, coming back for more, or
yeah.
another amazing person. But I heard someone say, stop trying to find clients that you inspire, find clients that inspire you.
Wow.
And that really resonated with me. And so the three accidental ones, they are, again, they're doing their thing. They're out there killing it, right? And so just finding someone out there that is inspiring, that just maybe has something, some area where they're not seeing the possibilities or potential, whatever. And it's me coming in, and it's like, hey, there's a whole world of opportunity here. And what would it look like for us to, do this on a weekly, bi-weekly basis for an extended amount of time? And, and
Yeah.
that's
So
probably one thing I would want to be real. So one long-term, high-ticket, one-on-one client.
you're convicted in that. And we would keep going, of course, if we had more time. I want to honor our time and your volunteering and your wisdom that you shared with us. Thank you for the gift of your time. And I know you're going to make this happen. I can see it. So delight to be with you, gentlemen.
Thank you, Conrad, for just your coaching and for, allowing me the opportunity to be here.
Sir, be well. Gina, John, you're going to be popped back. Bye, John.
John, thank you. Thank you for being willing to be coached in front of the room. We're going to go ahead and debrief a bit of the coaching now. Um, all right. So you just witnessed 10 minutes of a coactive coaching conversation. Um, let's peel it apart a bit together. So, what did y'all notice about this conversation that is different to you than a normal conversation, let's say? Like what stood out to you? And go ahead and drop that into the chat or Q&A. We're curious just to know what you noticed or saw. It doesn't have to be anything special or outstanding, just something that had you go, huh, that's interesting.
Yeah. Pop that in the chat. Kat's also got that prompt in there.
Yeah. And I'll go ahead and start. One thing that I love about coaching and watching any coaching demo, including this one, is you never know how it's going to go in our model. Um, it's not prescriptive. We do have tools and skills that Conrad was very consciously using. However, we don't know how the conversation's going to go. We don't know what the topic is. We don't know where the client's going to end up. Um, and I loved how Conrad really asked uh, beautiful, open-ended, what we call powerful questions. And I'm going to get to
Mhm.
what's in chat in a moment, but I'm going to teach you right now what we teach our students in the very first course of Coactive. We're going to talk a lot about powerful questions. What is a powerful question? It is open-ended, and it's often 7 words or less.
Mhm.
And anyone can
Often,
learn how to do it.
yeah, often starts with what or how.
Yeah.
So it's a really simple, clean way to ask an open-ended question.
So I'll just offer some of them back. Some of the ones that we use are, what's really important about that? What would it be like to do it intentionally? What are your words? What impact would you have? What's the first step? What do you need to stop doing? Right? So super simple, super clean. All right, let's see what's going on in chat.
Got some active listening or reflective listening.
Mm-hmm. Yes. Bevan noticed brainstorming, reflective listening, recognizing the aha moments. Yeah. So when you're really learning active listening, which we'll teach you, also one of the very first skills we'll teach you, um, we don't kind of skip over any light bulbs. We're
Mm.
actually watching for those light bulbs and then getting really curious about that. So great noticing, y'all. Coaches prioritizing questioning. That's right. That's the powerful questions you were hearing. Steve's noticing the ability to listen is so important for coach and client. Absolutely.
And then Erica Conrad asked a series of questions that saw John for who he is and what he values. Very important. Want to underline this. It's about the client, not the situation or the circumstances. We are focused in on growing the capacity of that human being so that they can live their world with intention, live their world being present, live their world the way that they want to.
Yes. Um, and Sarah's saying and asking, it's such a good question. She says, I get the powerful questions approach, totally. It's so useful. And isn't it also true that sometimes people are looking for great ideas? Absolutely. Yes, and yes. What do we do about
Both,
that, Conrad?
both are true, and you're speaking to the modalities of leadership. We're speaking of coaching, coactive coaching, which holds that the answers are within. And then for great ideas, there's other modalities of leadership, such as mentoring or consulting or managing. And those modalities of leadership are very important. It's just we are shifting into this range of coaching to where we hold the answers within. So if you want great ideas, like mentorship is awesome or consulting is awesome. So that's the place that both things can be true for us, the coach approach, the coactive coach approach, um, holding them with all the answers.
Yeah, absolutely. So it's not that we're not allowed to offer ideas. We actually we do in the collective model we do brainstorming. Here's the thing though. We can't be attached to our ideas. So you have to
Yes.
be willing to have your client say, "No, I'm not going to do that." And then
So
the answer
Sarah,
to that is, "Okay, client, what will you do?"
right.
So
Good.
we are offering, it's just the trick is especially in the early courses, y'all. Our tendency in everyday life as professionals, as adults, adulting in this world, we tend to offer ideas, solutions, answers. We're really skilled problem solvers. So everybody on this call you already know how to do that. What happens when you in the especially again, it becomes more natural, but in the early courses of coactive, we're actually very intentionally unwinding that muscle because it's so well used. And we're actually helping you grow a different muscle, which is, hold on here, not having an answer, being
Hmm.
wildly curious, discovering alongside the client, actually sitting on all of your great ideas and not offering them
Hmm.
because that would be helping the client. And our job isn't to help the client because when you're helping someone, although it comes from a good place, it's they're sort of like, I now sit in the position of the expert with all the answers. It's not
Yeah.
a bad thing, it's just a different orientation. And with coaching, it's more like we're empowering the client to come up with their own answers.
Yeah, I love that, Gina. The help is channeled in a different way for them to have their own answers, activate their own resources, their own lived experience, their own want versus someone else's.
Hmm.
So let's see. Noticing two things, Gina, Tom, as well as there's some more questions.
Yeah.
Um, let's see.
And
Yep.
I will just, this is a great follow-up question because, the cool thing about this demo is it's a lot of, one of the things that client and coach were dancing with, you may have noticed this, is like the tactical and also the bigger picture and kind of like intention and intentionality that client was wanting. So they were kind of toggling back and forth. And now I'm seeing a question from the client, which is interesting. John's asking, is what if someone asks you, like, so client is going to go out there and so like what if someone asks John, like, how do I set up my YouTube channel? um Totally, this happens all the time. And what I would say, John, is when you are intending to coach and say, you know what,
Mhm.
I'll give you my advice on that. I'll put on my advice giving hat a little bit later in the call. For now, let's discover, what it is you're wanting with the YouTube channel, what your vision for the YouTube channel is, what's important to you about the YouTube channel. Because here's the thing, you could get 5 minutes in the conversation and the client realize, I actually don't even want to set up a YouTube channel. What I actually want to do, go over to Substack and do this other thing, which you never would have uncovered had you not taken 10 minutes to be curious.
Yeah.
And then sort of when you wind up the call, then that's the place to sort of offer to put on more of your tactical advisor hat, John. So you can, the beautiful thing about coactive skills is they're going to unlock a lot of learning for your client, a lot of clarity. And then you can always lean into all the expertise and more sort of consultative stuff that you do. You can, walk and chew gum at the same time.
Great answer. All right. Let's see. We have a couple of other slides we want to get to.
Yeah, Sharon, do you want to come back up and take us to the next part? This is the part where we're going to cover some of the logistical questions you might have about coach training pathways and what that entails. And Conrad and I are going to stick around to answer
Yeah.
questions related to that and or to coaching. So, Sharon, love to invite you back into the conversation.
Yeah.
I
Sure.
am on my way back and I am trying to access my slides, so bear with me a moment.
Ta-da!
Perfect. There they are.
There they are. I knew I'd find them. Okay. So I am excited that Conrad and Gina will be with me during this section because we've got exciting news. We launched a new progressive pathway in October, and I am thrilled to say that it has been just absolutely crazy and exciting, and people are actually very excited about what we're offering. And for those of you who have been looking at Coactive for some time, we've been in business for 33 years. We've been offering a learning pathway for that period of time. Just to bottom line, it is still the same learning that you have been hearing about, but it's packaged differently moving forward. So we have been really listening to students and trying to take that feedback and integrate it into the training. So one thing we're doing is we're able to offer them the progressive pathway in about 5.5 months. We are able to offer accreditation as you go through the pathway. So there's levels of accreditation. And also the program is a bit more cost effective. So these are all really exciting things that we're offering. We've always done the program in stages. We're still having stages here. Again, just remember the headings or names of the course pathways are not going to be exactly the same. The material is somewhat the same, again, packaged differently. So we're starting with something called Coactive Foundations. And just as the name states, it's a foundation to really give you an entree into the coactive ecosystem.
Mm.
And how
We're
long is
going,
that one,
Great.
Sharon?
thank you. Thanks, Gina. It is one day, it's 9 to 5, it's a full day. And it really gets you more acclimated with the coactive model and really looking at situations through the model. So I like to call it the foundation, really, the building to the program and really understanding more about it.
Yeah, the way it's set up now, y'all, it's a primer. You can choose your own adventure. You can come in for that one day, um, give it a shot, and then decide how much further you want to continue to study with us. So we really wanted, this is more of a choose your own adventure. And the great news about the new pathway is you can get ultimately, should you decide to go all the way certification, you can do that faster than you've ever
Yeah.
been able to do it before.
And pause for a technical note. There's a request to go to full screen on the slide in the chat.
Oh,
If you could hit
my
slideshow.
apologies. Thank you for
Yeah,
that.
of course.
How about now?
There it is.
Thank
Great.
you. Appreciate that.
And this is what it's like in a coactive classroom, y'all.
Exactly.
This is actually something we have jargon for it. We call designing out loud. Um,
Yes.
yes, this is how it goes. All right,
Yeah.
Sharon, go ahead.
Yeah, the other thing I was just going to add to stage one before I move on is it is a prerequisite to the program. It is a place we're asking you to start at to really understand more about coactive and the program itself. I also want to mention there's a money back guarantee. And we feel strongly that we do not want people going through the program unless it's the right fit and unless it aligns with your values and leadership principles. So, what I
Yeah.
would say is give it a shot if you think you're excited about it or it seems appealing to you. The sales advisors, both Kat and myself, and other team members are there to support you. And if there's a specific situation we can assist with, just please feel free to reach out to us. We'd be glad to help at sales at Coactive.
What I'm loving about this new pathway too in this first course is this designed for people that may want to become a coach, that may be a manager in an organization, they may be exploring their leadership. It's more comprehensive and inclusive as a way to integrate coactive into all of those different ways of showing up in the world. So that's what's really cool about
I
this
love
new
that.
format.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's great. If the foundations course was right for you and you were really excited about moving forward, you would move on to stage two, which is called Ignite the Practice. And there are two different levels in Ignite the Practice. The first level is the 5 days of learning. So it would be a Friday, Saturday, Sunday from 9 to 5, and a week later you'd come back with a full weekend from 9 to 5. At that point, you would receive a credential. It's called the CAP, the Coactive Practitioner Credential. It is a credential that we're offering here at Coactive. It is not an accreditation. I want to be clear on that. But it is something that you can put on Calendly, or not Calendly, but LinkedIn.
LinkedIn.
You could put on your website. It is quite an accomplishment, and you're able to share that with your community as well. If you are looking to be ACC Level 1 accredited, in Ignite the Practice, we have a second portion, which is called Supervision. It
Mhm.
gives you the opportunity to add group and individual coach training to Ignite the Practice so that you would have your learning and mentor hours uh, and have the ability to go to the International Coaching Federation. And we have actually a slide on that later. But what you would be responsible for, and I do want to say this here, is 100 coaching hours would be the student's responsibility along the journey. And they have a year from the beginning of this course to complete those hours and take that information to ICF.
Yeah.
Conrad, Gina, anything to add there before I go to level 3?
I think you named it well. I'm appreciating you naming the ICF, which is the International Coaching Federation, which is the professional body for the coaching industry. So it does prepare you. This Ignite prepares you curriculum wise for that. With the 100 hours, you can move to that first level of accreditation, which is the ACC.
Yeah. And Dustin's asking if we can discuss more about what supervision is. And the bottom line here is to become, as Conrad was saying, an ACC certified coach by the ICF, short for International Coaching
Oh,
Federation.
there we go.
Oh, they're
Yeah.
wonderful. To become accredited by ICF, it's required, an ACC, it's required you have 10 hours of mentor coaching. And a part of that is you some of your coaching calls are sort of supervised or audited by a certified coach. That's a requirement of the ICF. And so there's a way that essentially if you sign up for CTI certification program, you'll meet, it's built into the curriculum, you will meet the what do you call it?
Curriculum
Requirement?
or
Thank
hours,
you.
hours. Yep.
All the requirements needed to qualify for your ACC, including that supervision. You don't have to do that, but you can if you're wanting the ICF certification. And if all of this feels very confusing to you, you're probably not the only one. There's a lot of different options that you can choose. The most important thing for you to know is that you can choose the best option for you. And the best way to decide that, if you want help deciding that, is to go to send an email to sales@coactive, and you can speak with a program advisor that can help make sure it's tailored to exactly what you need. The last thing I want to say about this is the reason all of this, it seems like there's so many options and it's a lot to track. It's an exciting time in the coaching industry. Some people want to become professional certified coaches. Some people just want to learn a couple coaching skills to bring into their consultant practices. Some people want to bring coaching skills into their organizations to teach their managers. So there's a lot of different reasons people come into coactive classrooms. And what we're intending to do is to make it make sense for any one of those scenarios.
Mhm. Yeah. Well said. Yeah.
Yeah, very well said. I'm going to go back now because I want to talk about deepen the work, really important. And I want to mention if you have started with Coactive in the legacy program and you've completed fundamentals, there's an opportunity to go right to deepen the work, which is what I'm going to be speaking about now. Deepen the work, as it's well stated, is a deep dive. It's a 5.5-month course that is combining your principles of coactive, your coursework, with supervision here. So you might be saying, well, Sharon, you just told me ignite the practice. I could do 5 days and add group and individual coaching there. Yes. Deepen the work is a much, much deeper dive. It's a 5.5-month journey. So what you'll be getting is a weekend a month for 5 months of training and learning more about the principles of coactive and how to use them in a coaching session. And then also adding in pod, group, and individual supervision. At the end of Deepen the Work, you would be able to receive your accreditation as a CPCC. You'd be a certified professional coactive coach, and you would also be eligible to go to the International Coaching Federation. And I'll go back to that slide. You would either be able to go for your ACC or PCC, depending on the number of coaching hours that you have. If you have 100 hours, you would be eligible for the ACC level 1. If you've been coaching, through the program and you're a coach already and looking to just gain more insight and a new method of coaching, if you have 500 hours, so 400 additional hours after level 1, you could go for the PCC level of accreditation at ICF.
Yeah.
And what I would say about that is either if you're finishing Ignite the Practice and supervision or Deepen the Work with supervision, you have a year to finish the coaching hours, take your certificate and your hours to ICF, and take what they call a knowledge assessment test, which is about a 78 question multiple choice test. After that, you will be able to get that accreditation, which is either the ACC or PCC. So that is a recommended or required, I should say, part of ICF, that no matter what school you go to, as long as they align with ICF, that knowledge assessment test will need to be taken.
Yeah. Thank you, Sharon,
Good.
for all those details.
Yeah.
Yeah. So here's the thing to know. It's a choose your own adventure thing. You can, whatever you're looking for from Coactive, you can find it. Um, and everything that Sharon is describing is totally doable. It's doable. In my situation, I did the entire certification program and all these little details that at first seem really overwhelming, but I was able to check all those boxes, get all my hours through CTI while holding down a full-time demanding tech job. So know that
Yeah.
it's possible. It's a rigorous program, and it's really designed to fit into the context of wherever you're at.
Mhm.
And
And the key with all these journeys, no matter how you would apply the coactive model, is practice. So there are standards with hours, which were laid out very, very well by Sharon. And it's just like with anything, the more you practice, the more it becomes a way of approaching relationship, a way of being in relationship.
Mhm.
And that's my wanting for the world, frankly. And this is an opportunity to step into that at the initial course, see what it's like, and then, let the next steps be revealed for you.
Yeah, well said. Sarah's asking, how critical is ICF accreditation for someone who's wanting to eventually have their own practice? We get this question a lot. It's a good one. So I'm guessing you're not the only one holding this one, Sarah. Um, I would say this is my opinion. These days in the coaching industry, I think accreditations and an ICF accreditation makes a difference
Hmm.
because it's a signal of practice, commitment, and rigor. Coaching is a craft. Um, who you are as a coach, your first 6 months, you're going to grow 6 months after that and a year after that. So you're going to be evolving as a coach practitioner. Now, if you already have a bunch of certifications, it's relative based on where you sit and what accreditations you already have. For me personally, I was a new coach. I didn't have any accreditations through any other schools. And so for me, it was important not only to have it as a marker of um, my training, but honestly, for the confidence. The rigor of the
Hmm.
program really made me a confident coach by the time I
Hmm.
got through my certification program. How about you, Conrad? Do you have a different take on ICF certification?
Um, I align with you on this, Gina, and it is. I just want to underline the rigor and commitment to learning. Those are markers. Those certifications, those accreditations are markers for you and your capacity to grow as a coach, as a professional coach. So that speaks to certain audiences or certain people that you may want to serve. So that would be also the place to look, is who in the world do you want to support through coaching, and what is relevant in that space. So that's yes to what Gina said, and also, look at what the impact you want to make in the world, and do accreditations and certifications matter? Some
Yeah,
places it doesn't, and
yeah,
some places it does.
that's such a good point. Like if you want to be a coach to first-time parents, let's say, I'm just making this up, they probably don't care if you're ICF certified, to be honest. On the other hand, if you're wanting to work in an organization that only works with ICF certified coaches, which is something I do encounter fairly often,
Hmm.
then that's something you may want to consider. So yeah, I agree with Conrad wholeheartedly that it's really also about who you're looking to serve.
Yeah. And
Yeah, I
just
just
note it.
would. Oh,
Go ahead, Sharon,
sorry. I
please,
was just going to
please.
say I would add I fall into the category of I worked in HR and LL&D for years, and my organization sent me to Coactive to become a coach and get accredited and ICF certified so that I could work within the organization to coach junior to senior level leaders. So I'm one of those people that grew up in an organization for years that if you're going to contract or consult, that's a situation that Gina was talking about within an organization. You might want to get ICF accredited. I
Yeah.
think it depends on that end result of really what you're looking for and what your profession is.
And I'm just noticing our time too, as well.
Yeah.
Is there anything else that we need to say on the slides to get out prior
Yeah.
to the
The
close?
only thing I want to say here is we do offer bundles. There are pathways that go along to foundations, ignite the practice, and deepen the work. If you are looking to test the waters and just try one course out or bundle the courses, please know that we are here at Service at Coactive, or I should say Sales at Coactive, to support you. And here are a bit of those packages that I was speaking about. Really important. Um, if you package the courses, you get
Sharon, I
foundations
think
for free.
I think you're meaning to share a different slide. Is there a package slide you were intending to share?
I think save up to $2,000 with packages. Is that what you're looking at?
No, we're looking at the Why Become a
Oh,
Certified
okay.
Professional Coactive Coach.
So it's the other screen. Sorry about that. I have two
Okay.
screens going. There you go. Now you have the right screen, correct?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. Thanks for that. So here it's really talking about if you do a package and add foundations, the great news is foundations becomes your discount. It becomes a free part of the training. So it's something to really look at and speak to the students, speak to, the sales advisors about, because there's an opportunity to bundle. And I'll leave it at that. Sales at Coactive is always available.
Thanks
Thank
for
you for
Now,
the
questions.
Oh, more questions. We can stick around for a couple of minutes, but if you have to drop, thanks for coming, and we hope to see you in the classroom.
Yeah, thanks for the gift of your time, and we'll see you out there in the world.
There's a question about networking opportunities, and what I would say about that is we do offer two things that are free of charge through the program. One is our Learning Hub, which has a community aspect of coaches, faculty, students where you could connect. There's also videos, blogs, a resource toolkit for one pager. So there's information to help you network and learn more, as well as business development webinars. They're all available, and the webinars will be asynchronous moving forward.
Awesome. And Sarah was asking, can you join anytime or only at a specific times of year?
Yeah, we have courses running every single month in Eastern and Pacific time only in North America currently. We are looking later on in 2026 to branch out to Europe and Singapore, but we're moving slowly as this is, as I mentioned, a new progressive pathway. So we are basically sold out on foundations until end of February, and we're looking now, which is exciting, to add some more foundations courses in so people have the opportunity to start early. So
Awesome.
stay in touch with us at Sales at Coactive for that.
Fantastic. Glad to hear that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's see. Just looking at the questions. So right now there aren't in-person courses available. Thanks for noting that, Lucia. We are looking at in-person courses possibly later on in 2026, but right now we've taken a pause. The students have really voted and they love the opportunity to have the flexibility of online learning. So more to follow with in-person down the road.
Yeah.
And just to say that I say this with full confidence that I mean, of course, there's nothing like in person in terms of building relationships, and our online learning environment and the power of it, it really is it's excellent. You're not going to find better online learning than you'll find with Coactive, and we've been at it now for 5 years, and so it's the most engaging online learning you'll experience. I would bet you $5.
Yes. Imagine your least desirable Zoom experience, and it is not that. It is the complete opposite of that.
Yeah. Yeah.
So Erica, I see your question and I'm wondering if the time would be best served for you to speak to a sales advisor offline so we could go through the hours and curriculum and really give you what you need to understand the stages that I think would be best. So I look forward to that. Kat and I or anybody on the team would be glad to assist.
Yeah.
All right, everyone. We're going to close for now, and we will see you in the courses or out in the world. Be well.
Yes.
Bye.
Please get in touch with us if we can support you. Thanks so much.
Yay. It's just, oh,
I was going to get off and go to the other link.
Okay.
I think there's another link, a debrief link.
okay.